The wild bidding wars, shocking locker finds, and unforgettable cast members made Storage Wars one of the most exciting reality shows ever. But it's been years since the show first hit our screens. So what happened to the stars who made it so addictive? Where are they now? Who got rich, who disappeared, and who found a brand new path in life? Dan and Laura Dotson. Dan and Laura Dotson were the heartbeat of Storage Wars, the fast-talking, unstoppable auctioneers who turned dusty storage units into thrilling TV moments. Years after Storage Wars began, the power couple is still going strong, not just in business, but in life. Dan, now 62, grew up in California, surrounded by the auction world. His grandfather taught him the ropes early, and by the time most kids were still figuring out what they wanted to do, Dan was already mastering the art of selling. Laura, on the other hand, had a completely different path. She came from a regular background and started in sales and marketing until fate brought her to the world of auctions. The two met years after Dan founded his American Auctioneers Company in the 80s. Their connection was instant. They worked side by side, built a business together, and eventually fell in love. Soon after, they tied the knot and started a family. Together, they raised their son Garrett and Dan's two sons from his previous marriage, forming one close and blended family. When Storage Wars first hit TV screens, Dan and Laura's chemistry was electric. Their playful banter, endless energy, and quick-fire auction calls made them fan favorites. Viewers loved watching them go head-to-head in some of the most unforgettable moments in the show's history. But in 2014, tragedy struck. Dan suffered a double brain aneurysm, a terrifying moment that could have changed everything. While Dan fought for his life, Laura stepped in, keeping the business and the show going. It was one of their hardest chapters, but instead of breaking them apart, it brought them closer than ever. In a 2025 interview, Dan and Laura admitted that Storage Wars actually saved their marriage. The show, they said, kept them united, gave them purpose, and reminded them how strong they were together. Their journey wasn't without more heartbreak. In 2020, their son Garrett survived a near-fatal drive-by shooting, suffering a fractured spine that required emergency surgery. Miraculously, he pulled through, and the Dotsons have since said they thank God every day for sparing his life. Today, Dan and Laura are still running American Auctioneers, with a packed schedule full of upcoming events. They're not slowing down anytime soon, but they already have their eyes on the future. Their son, Garrett, is learning the ropes, preparing to carry on the family legacy when the time comes. Mary Padian, the creative and always cheerful woman who could turn old junk into something magical. She wasn't just another bidder, she was the junkster, the girl with an eye for beauty in the most unexpected places. Mary first appeared on Storage Wars, Texas, in seasons 2 and 3, where fans instantly fell in love with her down-to-earth personality and her creative ideas. She wasn't your typical tough-talking auction hunter. She was fun, artistic, and had this positive energy that made her stand out. After her success in Texas, she was invited to join the main Storage Wars show in California. At first, she appeared in just a few episodes, but by season 6, Mary became one of the main cast members, buying storage units and turning forgotten treasures into beautiful pieces. Before TV fame, Mary owned a small business called Mary's Finds. Her mission was simple but powerful. She wanted to turn everyday trash into beautiful furnishings. She'd find old furniture, fix it up, and sell it to local designers and collectors. Her creativity and talent caught the attention of producers, and before she knew it, she was bidding on storage lockers for a national audience. Fans loved watching how she could see potential where others only saw junk. An old chair? To Mary, it was art waiting to happen. A pile of dusty items? To her, it was a chance to create something new and meaningful. But after season 12, something changed. Mary slowly started to step away from the cameras. She made a short appearance in season 13, only to share that she was heading back home to Texas. She didn't say much about her decision to leave Storage Wars, but fans believe she wanted to return to her roots, to her shop, her creativity, and a quieter life away from Hollywood. Mary has always been open about her struggles. She has faced her share of challenges, including battles with addiction in the past. But she's been honest about her journey to recovery and has proudly stayed sober for several years now. That strength and honesty have inspired many of her fans who admired not just her art, but her courage. Moving back to Texas seemed to give Mary the peace she was looking for. She continued running Mary's Finds, but like many small businesses, she had to close her physical store during the COVID-19 pandemic. Still, that didn't stop her. Mary turned her shop into a thriving online business. Today, Mary's Finds exists as a digital treasure chest filled with unique and one-of-a-kind home goods. On her website, she describes her collection as an eclectic mix of handmade, vintage, and one-of-a-kind pieces she's collected from treasure hunting around Texas. She still loves finding beauty in the broken and value in the forgotten. Mary's creativity doesn't stop at her store. She's also become quite active on social media, especially Instagram. There, she shares glimpses of her life, her projects, and even collaborates with brands as a content creator. She also posts helpful videos showing fans how to thrift smartly, find hidden gems, and decorate with style on a budget. Even though she's not on Storage Wars anymore, her followers still feel connected to her warm personality and creative spark. In many ways, she continues to do what she's always done best: inspire people to see potential where others see trash. Brandy Passante. Brandy Passante is the confident, witty bidder who made her mark on the show alongside her former partner, Jared Schultz. They were known as the Young Guns, the couple who could turn any dusty storage unit into profit and entertainment. When Storage Wars first aired back in 2010, Brandy and Jared quickly became fan favorites. They ran their thrift store called Now and Then and even got their own spin-off show, Brandy and Jared Married to the Job. Viewers loved their playful banter, their teamwork, and the way they balanced family life with business. But behind the laughter, their relationship was slowly falling apart. Brandy and Jared quietly split in 2018, though they didn't go public about it until 2021. After years together and raising two sons, Cameron and Peyton, the breakup wasn't exactly peaceful. Brandy later revealed that things between them remained tense. Things got worse in 2021 when Jared was charged with misdemeanor domestic violence battery following an incident at a California bar. Though no arrest was made, the news made headlines, and it was clear their relationship had reached its end, but Brandy didn't let that stop her. In 2023, she made a strong comeback to Storage Wars, this time as a solo bidder. She returned with confidence, humor, and a new outlook on life. Without Jared by her side, Brandy proved she could stand on her own. She brought a few friends along for support, but she ran the show her way, fearless, independent, and full of personality. Fans loved seeing her shine solo, showing strength and resilience after everything she had been through. Outside of Storage Wars, Brandy has also been building a new career as a podcast host. Her show, The Real Reality with Brandy Passante, lets fans see a more personal side of her. She chats with guests about real-life topics, funny stories, and behind-the-scenes moments from her time on reality TV. One recent episode even featured a conversation with an American Idol winner. In her personal life, Brandy has found happiness again. She's now in a relationship with Clifford Beaver, who has publicly shared sweet messages about her on Instagram, calling her a blessing and thanking her for her love and support. Fans have been thrilled to see Brandy happy and glowing again, and there's even talk that wedding bells might not be far off. Jared Schultz. For years, Storage Wars fans knew Jared Schultz as one half of the Young Guns, the fiery couple who turned storage unit hunting into a business and entertainment gold. Alongside Brandy Passante, Jared brought energy, humor, and a bit of chaos to the show. Together, they ran their thrift store, Now and Then, and even landed their own spin-off, Brandy and Jared, Married to the Job. After his breakup with Brandy, Jared began a fresh chapter in his life. Once he left Storage Wars, he turned his attention to new business ventures. In 2019, he became the owner of Rush Bar and Grill in Lake Forest, California, a lively hangout known for its great food, drinks, and sports atmosphere. He also got involved in a clothing company, proving that his ambition and entrepreneurial spirit stayed strong even after his time on TV. The bar has become Jared's new stage, a place where he can interact with people in real life instead of in front of cameras. He often shares updates from the bar on social media, showing events, gatherings, and glimpses of his new life beyond the storage auctions. Jared also seems to have found happiness in his personal life again. He's now in a relationship with Rochelle Beckman, and the two often post pictures together online, showing a much calmer and more settled side of him. Despite the ups and downs, Jared stays close to his two sons, Cameron and Peyton, sharing moments from their lives and family time. Even though Jared hasn't been seen on Storage Wars since 2021, he hasn't ruled out a return. He's expressed interest in coming back to TV someday, possibly when the timing feels right. Fans still remember his bold personality and quick comebacks, and many would love to see him bidding again. Mark Bolello. Mark Bolello was one of the most memorable personalities to ever appear on Storage Wars. Known for his slick style, confidence, and charm, fans and castmates called him Rico Suave. He ran his own auction business and had a sharp eye for spotting hidden value in forgotten items. But behind the confident smile and success, Mark was facing personal struggles that few people knew about. In February 2013, tragedy struck. Mark Bolello was found dead inside his car at his auction house in Simi Valley, California. He was just 40 years old. According to the Ventura County Medical Examiner, he died from carbon monoxide poisoning. Just 2 days before his death, Mark had been arrested for possession of methamphetamine and being under the influence of a controlled substance. Police confirmed he had been released shortly after, but those close to him said he seemed deeply troubled in the days that followed. When officers arrived at the scene that Monday morning, Mark was not breathing. The medical report later confirmed that the cause of death was asphyxia caused by inhaling carbon monoxide and exhaust fumes. Before his passing, Mark had built a successful business and a solid reputation in the auction world. He wasn't just known from Storage Wars, he had real experience in buying, selling, and liquidating valuable items. He had a natural talent for recognizing what was truly worth money. In 2011, he made headlines for something truly remarkable. Mark helped Hollywood actor Nicolas Cage recover a rare Superman comic book, one of the most valuable comic books in the world. The issue had been stolen from Cage's home and was missing for nearly a decade. When it resurfaced in one of Mark's storage units, he did the right thing and made sure it was returned. The comic was estimated to be worth around $1 million. Fans of Storage Wars remember Mark as a man full of life and energy, always arriving in style and ready to bid big. But his sudden death was a heartbreaking reminder that even those who seem confident and successful can be fighting silent battles inside. Ivy Calvin. Known for his bold attitude and smart business sense, Ivy Calvin joined in Season 3 and quickly became a fan favorite. Viewers loved his competitive spirit and his no-nonsense way of doing business. Ivy joined the show right after Dave Hester's departure, and from the moment he appeared, he made sure everyone knew he was there to win. Whether it was through his strong bids or his sharp negotiation skills, Ivy always stood out. His success on the show led to even more opportunities. Ivy went on to star in his own spin-off show titled Storage Wars, Barry vs. Ivy, where his competitive side really shone. Fans loved watching him go head-to-head with Barry Weiss in a mix of fun, challenge, and classic Storage Wars chaos. But Ivy's story goes beyond reality TV. Off-screen, he's a hard-working businessman and family man who built something solid long before the cameras arrived. Today, Ivy Calvin still runs his successful thrift and second-hand store, Grandma's Attic, located in Palmdale, California. The store has become a local landmark filled with treasures, collectibles, and unique finds from the show. According to the store's Facebook page, it's still going strong, hosting yard sales every Saturday and Sunday, where fans can shop and even find items seen on Storage Wars. Ivy often shares pictures on Instagram showing off cool new items ready for sale. One post showed Star Wars collectibles, with Ivy writing, "Cool little Star Wars Monopoly and Pops. $45 quick sale, or what's your price?" His posts remind fans that he's still hustling and having fun doing what he loves. What makes Ivy stand out is his drive. Back in 1995, he played for the San Jose SaberCats in the Arena Football League. That experience helped shape his competitive spirit, which he later brought into the auction world. He's strong, focused, and doesn't let anyone outbid him without a fight. Outside of business, Ivy is a proud husband and father. He's married to his wife, Wendy, and together they're raising two sons, Ivy Jr. and Isaiah. Both boys even appeared alongside their dad in Season 13 of Storage Wars. Fans loved seeing the next generation step into the spotlight, and maybe one day, even though we don't know when Storage Wars will return for another season, Ivy Calvin continues to do what he's always done best: work hard, stay sharp, and keep his shelves full of treasures. Dave Hester. Dave Hester, the man behind the famous Yoop, is back on Storage Wars, and fans couldn't be happier. Known for his sharp instincts, fiery personality, and that unforgettable catchphrase, Dave has been stirring up drama and competition since the very beginning. But what's life really been like for him behind the cameras? Dave Hester first appeared on Storage Wars in 2010. Right away, he stood out with his bold attitude and no-nonsense style. Viewers quickly learned that when Dave wanted a locker, he went after it with full force. And when he didn't, he'd still bid just to drive up the price for his rivals. That move made him both loved and hated. His signature, "Yoop," became a household phrase, echoing through every tense auction. Some saw him as the ultimate competitor, while others called him the show's villain. Over the years, his feuds with fellow cast members like Daryl Sheets, Jared Schultz, Brandy Passanti, and Barry Weiss became must-watch TV. He was loud, confident, and always ready for a fight. But off-screen, there's a lot more to Dave's story. Long before TV fame, Dave grew up in a military family in Oceanside, California. As a teenager, he helped his dad with garage sales and swap meets. That early hustle taught him the value of hard work. By the 1980s, he'd entered the auction business, and in the 1990s, he became a licensed auctioneer. He even opened a shop called Newport Consignment Gallery and later launched his own auction house, Dave Hester Auctions. With decades of experience, Dave knew how to spot value where others saw junk. That skill helped make him a standout on Storage Wars. But Dave's time on the show wasn't without controversy. In 2012, he was fired after accusing the producers of scripting parts of the show. He even filed a lawsuit, claiming that items were sometimes planted in storage units to boost entertainment value. Dave also alleged that some cast members received free plastic surgery and wardrobe upgrades for filming. The network denied his claims, and after months of back and forth, the lawsuit was settled. Surprisingly, Dave returned for Season 5. Then, in 2018, tragedy nearly struck. Dave suffered a hemorrhagic stroke caused by high blood pressure and sleep apnea. The medical emergency forced him to step away from the show for several years to focus on recovery. It wasn't easy, but Dave fought back. After a long recovery, he made his grand return for Storage Wars Season 16. Now at 60 years old, he's back doing what he does best: bidding, competing, and stirring up drama. Today, Dave runs his thriving business, Dave Hester Auctions, where he handles estate sales, storage auctions, and business liquidations. He's based in Southern California and remains deeply involved in the auction world. Barry Weiss. Barry Weiss, the eccentric fan favorite from Storage Wars, has lived quite a remarkable life both on and off screen. Known for his cool attitude, love for antiques, and signature style, Barry first appeared when the show premiered in 2010. He quickly stood out from other bidders, not for profit, but for the thrill of the hunt. After 4 seasons, Barry left in 23 to enjoy retirement and focus on his passions: vintage cars, rare collectibles, and adventure. In 2014, he starred in his own spin-off, Barry's Treasure, where he traveled across America searching for unique items. But in 2019, tragedy struck. Barry was involved in a serious motorcycle accident in California, suffering chest and leg injuries that required multiple surgeries and a long hospital stay. Thankfully, he made a full recovery. After years away from the spotlight, Barry returned to Storage Wars in Season 14, surprising fans who thought he'd retired for good. Away from TV, Barry now enjoys a quieter life centered around his family, car collection, and antique hunting. He also works as a global brand ambassador for Sherwood Valley Casino in California and still attends car shows and racing events. Before his TV fame, Barry had a long career in the music industry, working for Universal Music Group and later founding his own record label. Despite rumors of his death, Barry Weiss is very much alive, just living life his way. Günter Nezhoda. Günter Nezhoda, one of the most beloved faces from Storage Wars, passed away peacefully in his sleep in March 2023 after a brave battle with lung cancer. He was 67 years old. His son, René Nezhoda, shared the heartbreaking news on Instagram, explaining that his father had been a smoker for 30 years and had been diagnosed with cancer 6 months earlier. Despite treatment and hope, Günter's condition sadly worsened, and doctors could do no more. René described his father as one of the kindest people on Storage Wars, saying, "He was one of the guys that never really got any hate. People just loved being around him." That warmth and easygoing charm made Günter a fan favorite throughout his time on the show. Günter appeared on Storage Wars from 2015 to 2019, where he joined his son René in bidding on storage units. The father and son duo brought humor and heart to the competition, standing out among the intense rivalries of other cast members. Outside of television, Günter led a creative and full life. Born in Austria and later settling in Las Vegas, he was a skilled photographer and talented bass guitarist. He also appeared in a few independent films, including Do Not Disturb and The Haunting at Death Valley Junction. Fans and co-stars alike remember Günter Nezhoda not only for his appearances on Storage Wars, but for his kind spirit, his laughter, and the joy he brought to everyone around him. Daryl Sheets. Daryl Sheets, one of the original and most memorable stars of Storage Wars, has stepped back from the spotlight to focus on his health and peaceful life in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. After decades of working in the storage auction world, he officially semi-retired, but still occasionally appears on the show. In 2023, he launched a new business called Show Me Your Junk, a shop where he sells collectibles, antiques, and unique finds he's gathered over the years. Sheets' decision to slow down came after serious health challenges. In 2019, he was hospitalized following a mild heart attack and was later diagnosed with congestive heart failure and lung complications. He underwent surgery and wore a defibrillator vest while recovering. Thankfully, his condition improved, his heart function returned to around 40%, and he began focusing on a healthier lifestyle. Since then, he's lost over 40 pounds and continues to stay active, crediting his recovery to faith and determination. While false rumors about his death have circulated online, Daryl remains alive and well, often updating fans on social media. He continues to express gratitude for life and occasionally shares affectionate posts about his ex-wife, Kimber Werfel, showing that they remain on good terms. Though he hasn't returned for Storage Wars Season 16, Daryl Sheets' legacy as the Gambler lives on. His bold attitude, legendary finds, and resilience have kept fans cheering for him, even as he enjoys a slower, more peaceful chapter, surrounded by sunshine, health, and family in Arizona. René and Casey Nezhoda. Renee and Casey Nazota, better known as the Bargain Hunters, have become fan favorites from Storage Wars, and they're still going strong both on and off the screen. The husband and wife team who joined the show in Season 4 quickly captured attention with their fun banter, strong chemistry, and sharp business instincts. Renee's deep knowledge of antiques and collectibles, combined with Casey's charm and negotiation skills, made them one of the most entertaining duos in the storage auction world. Renee, originally from Austria, developed his love for buying and selling at just 11 years old before moving to the United States. He and Casey, who's from San Diego, got married in 2006 and now share a daughter, Tatiana, who occasionally appears on the show. Together, they run Bargain Hunters Thrift Store in Poway, California, where fans often stop by hoping to meet them in person. Outside Storage Wars, the couple has built a strong online presence. Their YouTube channel, Bargain Hunter Breaks, has gained a huge following, allowing them to stay connected with fans and share behind-the-scenes looks into their lives. They post videos of trading card discoveries, storage unit hauls, and collectibles. In 2025, they even showcased what they called their Pull of the Year, a rare Coco Gauff tennis memorabilia card worth thousands. Renee has also made waves in poker, winning a major tournament in Uruguay in 2020-0, while Casey continues to compete in events and share updates with fans. With their thriving businesses, family life, and ever-growing YouTube success, Renee and Casey Nazota prove that their Storage Wars journey is far from over. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.